Hi and welcome to this training. I'm Magda K, and first of all, I wanted to thank you for being here. I'm really proud of you for making time and effort in growing yourself. I hope that this training will not only give you more clarity on where you're currently at life, but will also inspire you to spread your wings and really own your experience from now on. So during the next 60 to 90 minutes, I will share with you 5 practical and proven coaching tools that you can use to transform any area of your life. And make sure you stay with me till the very end of this training. There will be a cherry on top of this cake. But for now, make sure you're in a quiet place where no one will disturb you. Switch off your phone, lock yourself up. We'll be doing a lot of inner and retrospective work, and you really don't want anyone to interrupt you. So prepare a pen and a piece of paper. There is a special proven power in handwriting and a glass of water. We'll be here for a while, and I want you to stay hydrated. So let me give you a quick overview of what we're about to do today. You will learn how to develop a powerful money mindset that allows you to have the lifestyle you want without getting obsessed about it or compromising your values. You will also learn how to own your sexuality and don't be afraid of stepping into your feminine power, both in and outside of the bedroom. You learn how to be self-confident without being arrogant, how to be self-loving without being blindly narcissistic, and self-aware without being destructive or judgmental. You learn how to use your intuition as your most trusted guide, even when making those important business or financial decisions, and without confusing it with your ego's chatter. And much, much more. Like I said, make sure you stay till the end with us. Now, before we get down to work, let me quickly share my story with you. See, there's a reason why I'm here, and I want to help you, and I feel that this might resonate with you. To make it clear, whatever I'm about to say, it's not to show off. I really don't think I'm any more special than you, but it's just to show you what kind of transformation is available if you only open up to it. Now, today I run my own coaching business. I am paid for doing what I love. I get to help others transform their lives. And on top of that, I have extra time for the people that I love and all of my hobbies. But it wasn't always like that. I was raised like most of people in my generation. You know, you should go to good school and then go work for the world-renowned corporation, work your ass off, and well, yeah, here you go, girl. You got it all. Sounds familiar? Well, and so I did it all, but instead of feeling accomplished, I got depressed at the age of 25. I was only 25 and I already hated my life. Surprise! In theory, everything was great, but something was missing big time. So what happened? Well, I was raised with this image of a perfect woman who is always warm, gentle, caring, and whose main role is to provide the warmth and support for other people. You know, family and everyone else comes first, you come second. I was always told that strong reactions like speaking your mind out loud, expressing anger, or generally having emotional ups and downs, that these are not acceptable. A lady shouldn't behave like that. It's not a soap opera. And here comes something that might ring the bell, the ever classic daddy issue. I spent my whole youth resisting a huge part of myself because I tried so hard to make my father happy and proud of his perfect daughter. Try so hard to live up to his and society's vision and expectations. Well, it wasn't until I hit my second depression in my late 20s that I really hit the low. I was dating this guy, and by the way, that was my first real relationship ever. First relationship at 27, only because I always felt so unsure as a woman and feared getting into an intimate relationship. I felt like I'm not enough and really wanted someone to make me feel worthy. Well, things didn't last long, and when we finally broke up, I broke into pieces. I never thought that the emotional pain can turn physical, but it felt like I had a hole in my chest. It was so overwhelming that for the first time I was actually considering taking my life. And it wasn't because I didn't want to live. Oh, I wanted to be alive and enjoy life, but I couldn't stand the pain, and I was ready to do anything it took to stop it. And yes, I did hurt myself physically, but thankfully I didn't go all the way. I bounced back, and today I'm here to share what I've learned, hoping it will help you too. You see, only after the breakup, I realized that unless I fully accept and embrace who I am, I will always be coming back to that very dark place. Sounds obvious, I know, but there is a really big difference between understanding something intellectually and understanding something with the very core of your being. It's like with smoking. Everyone knows it's lethal, but only few people embrace it deeply enough to actually quit smoking. And so the techniques and tools that you'll get from me today are not coincidental. I selected them to help you get to the point of real, deep understanding of where you are versus where you want to be. I had a chance to talk to a lot of women who have been through a very similar experience. Unrealistic expectations of who they should be and what they should want from life. Women who have to choose between career and love and family. Women who know the pain of being unloved or left. And those who felt and maybe still feel not enough or unworthy of love. I realized that so many of us feel like it, but that not many actually talk about it. It's still kind of a taboo. You feel ashamed that you're not in control, or maybe even that you're too emotional, that you're exaggerating. This is why I decided to reach to other women, to help them heal and wake up, to help them find their inner strength and beauty and spread their wings to become these divine creations they're always meant to be. The truth is, you are already complete. You are enough. There are no good or bad parts to you. Everything that makes you is exactly as it should be. You are the woman, the feminine essence, Shakti. Don't ever mistake your feminine energy for weakness. You are so much more powerful than the world wants you to believe. For centuries, women were told to control their emotions, or told that being in power is not feminine, or that men don't find powerful, successful women attractive and all of that. Our mothers and grandmothers didn't have the opportunity to live their dreams, or at least majority of them. They didn't know that they could have and be more, so they learned not to ask. But today we do have the opportunity to change it, to shift the global paradigm, and we need to do this together. We're in this together after all. I got emotional. Okay, well, enough of this. Let's get down to work. I'm about to share with you 5 techniques to get you back on track, back on your natural path to thriving. So take notes and keep coming back to these techniques. I highly recommend you do them daily. It's all about emotional hygiene after all. You don't really brush your teeth once a week or once a month and expect it to work, do you? So keep working on it, keep healing, and I promise you will see huge difference in every area of your life. You'll start blossoming and you'll inspire others to be the best versions of themselves too. Because when you're in your real divine power, it's not at cost of others. You're not trying to belittle anyone. What's more, when you own it, you will notice that people will be naturally attracted to you, both men and women. They will want to be around you because your energy, when activated, is irresistible. I'll tell you that I have never had so many people, also men, wanting to work with me as I have since I decided to really own my feminine powers. Before, I would get negative comments that I'm too bossy or too controlling or too weak or too girly. Any of that rings the bell? Now, after I really understood and embraced the essence of who I am, people look at me differently. And you're about to experience the same. Anyway, I hope you're at least half as excited as I am now. So let's get started. You have this amazing tool always available for you. It's powerful and it's always there. And that's your body. That's your feminine gift that you can always use for any of the goals that you have. Now, the problem with this is that unfortunately, most of us are disconnected from our bodies, and we pay a lot of price for that. The reasons why we are so disconnected are many, but the main one is The fact that the media has been projecting these unrealistic expectations of how you should look like. And so we look at the covers of the magazines, we look in TV and movies, we see a certain type of a body, and then we realize that that's not how we look. You know very well that all the photos are photoshopped. In fact, even the most beautiful models get photoshopped. And that's what we are being shown all the time, and that's what's being expected from us. And so as a result, we start really shutting down our body because it's not what we want it to be. And it will never be the way you see it because it's just not realistic. It's not what you can find in nature. So that's really the main big reasons why so many of us women shut our bodies down and we get disconnected from it. But there is another aspect that's also very important, and that's the fact that over the centuries, there's been this stigma around female body and female pleasure. We've been told that it's not okay to desire things, not okay to desire sex, and not okay to feel physical pleasure in the body. And so as a consequence of all of this conditioning, we shut our bodies down. We stopped listening to our bodies. And I like to think of it as having an argument. When you get really upset with someone, you just stop listening to them. You cut them off. You leave the room. You ignore them. That's exactly what we're doing with our bodies. We ignore our bodies. We don't listen to them. We pretend like they're not there. We don't feel it anymore. And then we actually have a lot of destructive behavior trying to shush it. Like if you ever find yourself binging on food, often that is a result of us trying to just shut down anything that your body is trying to tell you. So the more food I'm going to put in my body, the less I'm going to hear it. You can do the same with drinking or any other addiction. We just try to shush the body and quiet it so that it doesn't get a chance to tell you something very important. As a consequence of being disconnected from your body, you're actually disconnected from your intuition, which is your inner compass to really knowing how to navigate around the world. If you're struggling with your weight, that's also because we are so disconnected from our bodies. Our body wants to tell us exactly what it wants, what it needs, and what it doesn't want. But when we're disconnected, we don't hear that. You might feel low on energy, you might feel a lot of fluctuations of energy throughout the day, again, as a result of being so disconnected. And when we are out of touch with our body, we're also out of touch with our feminine essence, because the body is really the house of our femininity. And yes, it is going to be much more difficult for you to experience physical pleasure when you're not connected to your body. So you might be asking yourself, what can I do right now to get back into my body, to be present and to feel this connection? So I'm going to share with you a very simple but powerful exercise. But before we do that, I want you to first feel why it makes sense to practice it. Now, whenever we want to make any changes in our life, we have to work with our mind, because if we don't, it will try to go against us. So I want to get your mind on board here. I wanted to support you in this journey. So before we get into the actual exercise, I want to ask you a few questions. On a scale from 0 to 10, where 0 is an absolute nothing, you feel no connection, just doesn't ring the bell at all for you, to 10 being like, yes, absolutely, that's true. I want to see where you fall on these following aspects in your life. Number 1 is your weight. How satisfied are you with your current weight and how your body looks like? Again, 0 being that you're absolutely not happy with how you look and you would like to change everything. And 10 being having the exact body you want and you wouldn't change a single thing about that. So just see where you fall from 0 to 10. The second question is, how intuitive do you feel and how easy it is for you to ask your intuition for advice and to follow its advice? And again, 0 meaning that you're very disconnected, you don't hear your intuition at all the way to 10, meaning that whenever you need advice, boom, it's very easy for you to ask your intuition and you easily follow with the advice that you hear. Question number 3, how easily it is for you to relax and just enjoy life and feel the pleasure in your body in any different situations. Again, 0 being that it's very hard for you, that you don't really have a lot of sensations in your body. And then 10 meaning that it's very easy and that you feel pleasure even during everyday tasks like maybe doing dishes. Here's another question for you. How energized do you feel throughout the day? Do you feel like you always have energy, that you can rely on your body to provide you with this physical energy and strength whenever you need that? And again, where do you fall between 0 to 10? And finally, how confident do you feel in uncomfortable situations, maybe when you need to go on stage and do public speaking or ask for a raise? Because again, actually your body is the source of your confidence. So where do you fall between 0 and 10? And I will show you another technique just in a moment that will help you get more confidence from your body. But before that, I want to show you how to connect to your body. And when you do, you will experience changes in your life in all of these areas. All of the 5 questions I just asked you, wherever you fall, you'll be able to score higher as a consequence of this one little thing that I'm about to show you. And the reason why I love this technique so much is because it is really small. It doesn't require any effort or hard work, and you can do it pretty much anywhere and anytime that you want. This way, it's so much easier to incorporate these changes into your life so you can actually see the results. So I hope you're ready for the technique. This is a belly breathing, and you can do it while being seated or stand up or lie down. And all you want to do is take your palms and place it on your lower belly. Now that's slightly lower under your navel. That's around the area of your second chakra. And you place your palms here to bring awareness and consciousness to your lower belly. And then you take a few deep breaths into this part of your body. So let's do it together right now. Place your palms on your lower belly right under your navel. And if you want, you can close your eyes. Actually, closing your eyes helps you go into your body, helps you drop into the body. So go ahead and do that. And then with your eyes closed, I want you to take a deep inhale. And when you're inhaling, you want to press the belly against your palms. Now, this action allows you to bring even more awareness into the lower belly. So again, you close your eyes and you inhale very deep, extending your belly like a balloon and pressing against your palms. And then when you exhale, you draw the belly back into your spine. Now, it's actually physically possible for you to almost touch your spine with your belly. Your organs will go up. So you really try to have this movement very deep. So the belly extends when you breathe in, and then it really drops down into your spine when you exhale. So let's do it just a few times together, okay? So again, you place your palms on your lower belly, you close your eyes, and you take a deep inhale in with your lower belly, pressing against your palms, and then exhale. Draw your belly back in. And again, inhale, press against the palms, and exhale. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, and exhale. And just one more time. Inhale, and exhale. Now you can open your eyes. So it's very short, it's very simple, but it's super powerful. Now, if you've never done it before, and especially if you don't feel super confident about your body, you might have found it to be a bit awkward because we're actually bringing attention to our belly, which is one of the body parts that a lot of us feel not so satisfied with. We want to have a very flat belly, and in this breathing, we actually want to extend our belly like a balloon. So while doing this exercise, you're also getting really in touch with your body and learning to accept it exactly as it is. Now, as a consequence of this technique, you're actually experiencing a bit more. Not only are you reconnecting with your body, you're bringing attention to what I mentioned is your second chakra, which is the source of your feminine and sexual power and also your creativity. So anytime you inhale into this part of your body and anytime you drop your awareness into this part of your body, you're also working with this energy. You're sending a lot of healing energy to your second chakra, which allows you to feel much more feminine, much more powerful, and much more confident. Now I have yet another technique for you, super easy, that will help you feel more confident. And here we'll be working with our hips. So for this one, I want you to stand up, and I will show you a little bit how you can adjust your body so that you actually can feel more confident in your body. So that has to do with our hips and pelvic floor. So you might be used to normally when you stand being quite extended. We have a tendency of doing that. And if you practice yoga or anything else, then you're probably trying to tuck it in. Unfortunately, the way we are told to do that is that we go too much the other way around. Instead, we want to have our hips and pelvic floor really neutral. So here is a little trick how you can do it. You open your legs and you open your feet, you open your knees and your hips to the outside and just kind of like loosen it up, bend your knees. You can kind of bounce a little bit. And in this position, when you bounce on your legs, when they're bent, your pelvic floor goes naturally down. And that's the natural position that you want to be in. Now bring your awareness to this part. Try to lock it a little bit. And holding this, you straighten your legs. Keeping this open, you bring your feet together so your legs turn a little bit without moving your hips. And now all of this is locked. Here is a little thing I want you to do. Loosen it all up, okay? So go back to the normal way you will be standing and just try moving from the side to side, okay? When we are standing the way we normally do, when we don't hold this part of our body, then your center of gravity goes up. And so it's very easy to fall off balance. With what I just showed you, you're dropping your gravity point here into your lower belly. So when this point goes lower, you're actually more confident and more grounded. It's like, you know, when you're up here, you're very wobbly. It's very easy to push you to the side. If something happens, something disturbs you, it's so easy for you to fall. But when you learn to drop the center of your gravity to your lower belly, nothing that happens around you can move you. Okay, so let's do it again. Let's see now first, you know, when you move with your center of gravity in your upper chest, you're kind of like wobbly. And now let's do it again. So you open your legs, you bend the knees a little bit, you open your feet, your knees, and your hips. Okay, in this position, you keep this part the way it is. You straighten your legs. You bring your feet together so you can straighten your legs as well. And now try moving to the side. You see the difference? All of this is strong and it's engaged. And when you are in this body position, you do naturally feel more confident. You can resist more. So this is an awesome thing you can do whenever you need a little bit of boost of confidence. Let's say you are going on stage to give a talk, or you are meant to have a very difficult conversation with somebody. You just adjust your legs, adjust your hips, and boom, now you come from a very different place, from the place of your personal power. As a consequence of just these two exercises, you are feeling more in control of your life and you're understanding that you are in a driver's seat. And that brings about yet another very important change. You know, understanding your own authority in life. Especially as women, we have a tendency of not trusting ourselves. And so whenever we need to make a difficult decision, we go out and we ask other people. But the truth is that no one will ever give you the right advice because they're not you. No one will ever understand what you need and what you want because they're not you. They will try their best, but all they can do is give you advice through the lens of their own subjective reality, their own insecurities, and their own dreams. So really, if you ever want advice, if you ever feel confused what you should do, the person you should be asking for advice is you. You have an inner guru in yourself. I really think that if we all just asked ourselves and did what we felt was the best for us, we'd be so much happier. Because as long as we don't, as long as we turn to other people and try to get their ideas and their feedback and their advice on what we should do with our lives, we end up doing things for them and not for ourselves. And that's really when our intuition comes into place. And for you as a woman, it's so important to reconnect to your intuition because that's your natural gift. So I want to show you a very simple way to do it. So simply, whatever you do with other people, you want to do it with yourself. So think of something right now in your life when you're not really sure what you should do. Maybe you're in a relationship and you're not sure whether you should break up or give it another chance. Or you might be working for this company or your boss and you're like, oh, I kind of want to quit, and you're not sure if that's the right decision to do. Or maybe even a silly thing, not so silly, like whether you should buy the dress that you saw in the shop and you really love, but it's expensive. Well, whenever you need advice, all you do is, again, you close your eyes because that allows you to connect to your body and your intuition. And you just ask the question, but you ask the question to yourself. So let's say I will close my eyes and ask myself, okay, should I quit my job? Or should I break up with my boyfriend? Should I buy this dress? Should I have a dessert? Anything that I feel like I'm not sure about next steps, I'll just ask myself. And that's a new habit I would love for you to start practicing. Instead of going outside and asking other people, close your eyes and ask yourself. So let's do it together right now for anything in your life that you have, where you feel like you're not really sure what you should do. Let's close our eyes together and just ask the question. And you can ask it out loud or just in your mind. And simply wait for the answer. Anything that comes up, that's your answer. You can open your eyes. It's really that fast. The whole exercise is that fast. Now, you might hear something, you might see something, you might get a sensation. It's also possible that you will not hear anything. And that's okay. If you haven't been in touch with your own inner guru, with your own intuition, then at first that might happen. And if that's the case, don't give up. Give it some time. Continue this practice, and you will notice that after some time, maybe just a few days, you will start hearing the answer. So be open to it, understand it's a process. And as a result, you will really see that it's going to be so much easier for you to navigate through life when you are connected to your inner guru, to your inner compass. Well, if you did hear the answer, and because you will be hearing those answers in the future, there's one more thing that's very important for us to address. And that's the difference between your inner guru, your intuition speaking to you, and your ego talking to you. See, your ego is actually really capable of pretending to be your intuition. And so you might actually notice that, okay, at first you will hear your intuition, you will follow it, and everything will be great. And then might come the moment when you follow what you think is your intuition, and the consequences are really painful. And you might be wondering, why did it happen? Well, it's because at this time you followed your ego. So there's actually a lot of different techniques and deep practices to help you understand whether that's your real intuition talking to you or just your ego. But I have a little hack for you that you can do in the matter of a few seconds. So again, if you close your eyes and you ask the question and then you get a reply, and now you're wondering, is this my intuition or is this my ego? I want you to imagine, with your eyes closed, an arrow. And now on one side of this arrow, you have the word written, intuition. And you really see and feel intuition on one side. And then on the other side of the arrow, you see the word and you feel the word ego. And then the arrow can move between the two. So when you ask the question and you're wondering, okay, is this my intuition talking or is this my ego talking? Just allow the arrow to move from one side to another and see where it falls. And it will actually show you. If it was your intuition, the arrow will move towards the intuition, will point, yeah, that's your intuition talking. If it's your ego, it's going to point to your ego. I know it sounds very simple, but it actually is. So just don't overthink it. It honestly should take just a few seconds. You're not sure, is this my ego or is this my intuition? Okay, I'm asking the question, I'm looking at the arrow, boom, wherever it points, that's my answer. So if it points to your intuition, you can feel safe to follow the advice. And if it points to your ego, then just go back to the initial question again. It's like, okay, the advice came from my ego. Now, intuition, can you please tell me what I should do? So this little technique is something I use every day in pretty much any situation. So for example, when I go shopping and I'm not sure what I should spend money, or I'm not sure if I should say yes to the date proposal from a guy, or when I eat food and let's say I feel like I'm still hungry and I'm wondering, okay, do I actually want to eat anything else? I just repeat these two techniques. I ask my inner guru and then I check whether that was my intuition or ego talking. So again, play with it as much as you want. Use it, not just today on this call, but take it with you home and use it daily for any situations where you really need this inner advice. Now, okay, so we've done a bit of exercises. We reconnected you to your body, to your intuition, to your confidence, to your authority. Now I have something for you. What I want us to go really deep. And I want you to get clarity on some of the things in your life where you might have been subconsciously blocking yourself. So with this one exercise now, we're going to bring all of it together and allow you to step even deeper into your inner world and just understand certain things that maybe you didn't yet see. For this technique, I want you to sit comfortable. It's going to be a few minutes. And I'll ask you to close your eyes. So make sure that you find a place where you feel very comfortable and where you feel safe. You can put your computer to the side. Sit in any position that you like. It doesn't have to be a lotus position. You can lean back as well if you want. So just close your eyes and take a deep breath in with your nose and exhale with your mouth. And again, inhale with your nose and exhale with your mouth. And in this state, with your eyes closed, I want you to rub your fingers. So just you rub them against each other so you can feel the energy and you can feel the warmth. So just keep rubbing, keep rubbing. And then place one of them on your forehead and one of them on the back of your head. So when we do this, we're activating your third eye, the center of your intuition. And just keep breathing and relax. And again, rub your hands together. So we're rubbing our hands, creating warmth. And again, place one on your forehead and one on the back of your head. And just take a few deep breaths. So inhale with your nose. And exhale with your mouth. And again, inhale. And exhale. And one more time, inhale. And exhale. And just move your palms around your face, put on your forehead, your cheeks. Just spread the energy and warmth around your head. And then again, place one of your palms on your forehead and the other one on your heart. So right now we're connecting your heart energy to your third eye. And again, keeping your eyes closed, I want you to inhale through your third eye and exhale through your heart. And again, inhale through your third eye and exhale through your heart. So just continue breathing like this. And you're putting a circle with the energy. So you're circling the energy between your third eye and your heart, activating both of them and connecting them. Keep breathing. And one more time, inhale and exhale. Now drop your palm from your heart to your belly around your navel. That's the center of your power and confidence. And again, I will do the breathing to connect your third eye and the center of your gravity and your power. So inhale through your third eye and exhale through your belly. And again, inhale and exhale. And just continue breathing. Inhale and exhale through your belly. Inhale and exhale. Keep your eyes closed. Just drop your palms. Be comfortable. And I want you to imagine a waterfall of gold or white light in front of you. It's a very, very bright light. It's very peaceful. It's very loving. And it's very abundant. And I want you to step into this light and feel all of this light all over your skin, washing you from the top of your head, all over your face, your shoulders, your arms, your chest and your back, your hips, your legs, all the way into your feet. Just feel this light flowing through you. And feel the essence of this light in you. Feel the bliss. Feel the love. Feel the possibilities. And feel the abundance. This light is limitless. And when you are in this light, you are limitless as well. Anything you desire is possible. Anything you want is available. And so standing in this energy of this gold, white, very bright light, I want you to imagine that there are no obstacles and no limits. And that money is not an issue. You have as much money as you could desire, and even more than that. And knowing and feeling that, I want you to imagine how your life would look like. If you could have anything you ever wanted, where would you live? What kind of a house would you live in? And really see it, see all the rooms, all the windows, all the space, all the furniture. How big is it? Maybe it's a penthouse. Or maybe it's a house. Maybe it's a house in a big city or on a beach in some tropical island. Or maybe you have more than one. Maybe you have a penthouse in a big city and a house. How many houses do you own? And so when you travel between those houses, how do you travel? Do you take a flight? And if you fly, do you fly first class? Or maybe you have a private jet? How do you travel around the world? And how do you travel in general? What kind of a car do you drive? Or maybe you don't drive, maybe you have a driver. And how many cars do you have? What kind of clothes do you wear? What kind of shops do you shop in? All of those brands that you ever always imagined you wanted. Well, what kind of brands do you wear now? And all the bags and shoes, how many do you have? And what do you do in your free time? What kind of activities and hobbies do you engage in? And where do you travel for holidays? What destinations? And when you travel, where do you stay? Maybe some really nice 5-star resort? Or maybe you own your own island and that's where you go for vacation. And what else? Really allow yourself to imagine all of the beauty and all of the gifts from the world, anything that you could ever desire. Imagine yourself having it all. And take a moment to feel that, to be in this space. And now, when you see it all, when you have it all, tell me, what's missing? What is wrong with this picture? What's lacking? If you want, you can gently open your eyes, or you can stay with your eyes closed. When you do this exercise, you realize that as much as you want all of those things, and you have these desires, there's something that is stopping you. There's this one thing that's missing in this picture. Usually, we see ourselves by ourselves with no one else. We don't see a family with us, or we don't see a man with us. And so it allows you to bring to the surface a very deep fear that if you have all of your desire, if you really bring to manifestation anything that you want, is that you will be alone. Well, maybe something different came to you. Maybe it wasn't about being alone, but you probably got the idea of, wow, if I really go with everything that I want, then this thing will not be present. And it's usually something that's very important to us that we don't want to sacrifice. And so if you saw yourself alone with no one else, if you saw yourself in this big house that you own, all on vacation, and you're alone, that you will be blocking yourself from creating this reality because you don't want to be alone. And so this exercise is very powerful to bring to the attention and surface from the subconscious mind to the consciousness of what it is. What is this one big fear that you hold that is stopping you from creating this reality? Well, now that we know that, how about we let it go? So close your eyes again, go back to this space, and just for a moment, I want you to feel that missing part again. And it might be painful. I want you to feel that it's okay and that it's safe to feel that without really relieving any trauma or pain. But I want us to go a bit deeper into it. So drop into the sensation of what it is that you are missing in this picture. And I want you to really see it in your body. Where is it located in your body? And trust your first instinct wherever you see it. And then take a moment to notice, is it liquid? Is it foam? Is it sticky? Is it floating? What is the essence of it? And what is the color? Just observe it with no judgment. You can zoom in and zoom out. You can turn it. Just be curious. And now, with your intention, I want you to move it out of your body. Just try to push it out of your body. Push it out. Let it out. Let it out into the universe, trusting that all of this energy, it's going to be changed into pure love and light. And now when you do that, it's possible that some of this essence is still in your body. Usually it is. And now our tendency is to try to push it more and more out of our system. But when we do that, we're adding the energy to this, and so we're making it stronger and bigger. So instead of that, instead of resisting it, if you see any of this energy left in your system, left in your body, I want you to just let it be. I want you to give it permission to be and to exist. So with the intention, give it permission. And when you do, you're realizing that anything that was left just exits your body and it's not there anymore. So now that it's gone, with the power of letting go, I want you to send a lot of positive energy, a lot of inner smiles and love to this part of your body from where you just let go all of this negative energy, all of these fears. Okay, I want you to fill it back in with a lot of love and a lot of smiles. You can actually smile and send the smile into your body. And when you feel like you've sent enough of this energy, like your body is full again, you can open your eyes. So welcome back. Okay, so let's stop for a second, take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. And how are you feeling now after this training? Do you feel stronger and empowered? Did you get more clarity on your life and maybe your next steps? Do you feel any lighter, more confident, or more grounded? I hope that the tools and techniques that I've shared with you today will help you just as they helped me. Now, there are still things we didn't get to cover though, and since we only have that much time today, I want to give you an opportunity to get the full tool set. So if this training inspired you, if you found it helpful, then please stay with me because I have an invitation for you. If you're ready and committed to shine your true light, to stand out, to build a career and life you really love, I'd like to invite you to join my online movement and coaching course called The Irresistible Woman. I'll take you through 6 weeks of transformation. You'll get all the necessary tools, empowerment, and support to fully benefit from this journey. So over the 6 weeks, we're going to talk about the 6 areas of your life that really allow you to experience the shift wherever you need that. And so in week 1, we'll talk about you and your physical body and your well-being. In week 2, we'll talk about your confidence and really tapping back into your power. In week 3, we'll talk about your money mindset. We'll shift all of those negative limiting beliefs so that you can attract all the things that you desire. In week 4, we'll talk about your intuition. I will show you how to reconnect to your psychic abilities and have this inner compass always available for you. In week 5, we're going to talk about the masculine and feminine energy, how to use both of them, when to use each of them, and how that impacts your everyday life. And finally, as the last week, we're going to talk about your relationships, love, and sex. So that's like the cherry for the end of the training. You'll find a detailed agenda of every week and what we will cover on this page below the video. It's going to be 6 online coaching sessions in total, once per week, each about 60 to 90 minutes, plus a bit of homework and additional exercises. The educational materials you'll get are yours to keep for life. And you also get access to the inspiring and incredibly supporting online community of Irresistible Women. We're in this together, sister. Now, you might be asking, is this course right for you? Well, I'll be straightforward with you. Unless you figure it all out, unconditionally love yourself, have no wounds to heal, and live to your fullest potential, then yes, this course is for you. It's for each and every woman out there, whether single or in a relationship, young or old, successful or struggle with any kind of issues, but also any kind of goals and dreams. But let's make it clear. The transformation doesn't happen in a session, in a week, or in a hope. The truth is that there's no such thing as a quick fix or a magic pill that will make you happy in just one night. It's a lifetime relationship, not a one-night stand. It's an investment. You see, you're investing in yourself all the time, although maybe not always you're aware of it. You spend money on clothes, hairdresser, cosmetics, but also on nutritious food, health supplements, sport, books, education, and all of this. Now, this course will not only activate all the neglected talents and dormant knowledge you already have, helping you make full use of all your previous investments. It will also help you finally overcome limiting beliefs on men, money blocks, fear of judgment, failure, success, and even emotional eating. Because yes, they're all linked together. As you go through this coaching course, you will notice a dramatic shift in your energy. The problems that used to bother you suddenly lose their power over you. You will have outgrown them mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Now, last but not least, we'll combine work and play, while teaching you how to make money based on feminine principles. I'll also outline my proven methodology for living the irresistible woman's lifestyle. I'll show you how to take time to indulge, treat yourself, and truly enjoy life while transforming it step after step. How much is all of that really worth for you? Only you know the answer. From my side, I've made it as affordable as possible. So if you act now, you'll invest $299. If you need more time to think, which is absolutely cool, you'll invest $399. That's the standard price for the entire course. Now keep in mind that, just to compare, if you were to work with me on a 6-week basis, private coaching, you'll have to invest over $2,000. And yes, I know that maybe you're still skeptical because you simply don't know me yet. That's fine, because I got you covered with the 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. No strings attached, no questions asked. Just give it a try. You'll find detailed description of the course on this page below this video, so check it out. And if you feel inspired already, just click the button below and join the movement. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll see you in the first training in the Irresistible Woman.